All right, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about having empathy and being chosen. So if you really know that you're chosen, you have prophetic gifts, and empathy is one of them, right? It's another gift of being prophetic, and because you have this empathy, whenever you see something like happen to somebody, you can really like feel it. It's like as if it happened to you. It's really weird. And when I was younger, I used to never know what this feeling was. Like I would like see how someone's feeling, and then like I would feel that same way. It's like it wouldn't make any sense because I know that thing didn't happen to me, but I'm like, why am I feeling this way for, right? Empathy is really hard to deal with because if you go in the wrong places, if you go in the wrong places that are like dark and like they're more wicked, they're more evil, you're gonna feel your whole like everything just feels weird. You're gonna feel like your life just feels darker. It's just something's weird, right? And like maybe someone went through something bad, like maybe they had like someone in their family died or something, or like something bad happened. They would tell you about it, then you would feel it the whole day. You'd be like, why am I feeling like this? It didn't even happen to me, right? So at the end of the day, it's a gift because you could easily see what's going through someone's like head pretty much. It's not like you read their mind, but you could tell like whenever someone's saying something, you can see how they really feel. That's why it's so easy for you to kind of like see through things. Like someone will say something, but you'll know that they don't mean what they're saying, or like they'll mean something else. Like you just see through it. You kind of like pierce their spirit pretty much. That's what empathy does. It like pierces through people. And but on the other hand, though, because you're able to see that deeply, you start to feel the same thing too. It starts to hit you, and you start to feel a certain way. And this happens if you're prophetic, because being prophetic, you can see in the spirit, right? You can see what's about to happen. Like you could tell what's about to happen, and most of the time it's right. Like you could see someone's gonna do something before they do it, or what someone's thinking of doing. Kind of, you could kind of just like feel it. And this is why you've spoken to a lot of people, and people have told you like, I feel like you're looking straight like through me, or I feel like they'll tell you something like, I feel like you just could just see straight through me, or like they'll say something like, I feel like you're judging me, right? It's like, no, you're not a judgmental person. You just see exactly through people, right? But it's also contradictory too, because if you don't know how to use your empathy, it can make you naive at the same time, right? Because if someone's like really nice to you and like kind, and like maybe they're exciting, like they're charismatic or something, it might, because you feel what people are feeling, right? So if someone's being super nice, charismatic, and happy and excited, you're gonna start to feel that way and everything, not knowing that that person could be evil, or like they could be doing like something behind the scenes that's really bad, or like they could just be faking it. And this is why if you don't pay attention to the empathy, you'll probably do something naive. Like you won't realize who this person really is, right? This is something I used to do, especially when I was younger. I used to easily just like chill with people who are more like exciting, like they're just like fun people to be around. But then you find out who they really are, and then you're like, hold up, this isn't really the best friend, right? But at the end of the day, it's a gift. But it's a gift that has to be watched, because you could easily get drained around the wrong people. If you go around the wrong people, or the wrong environment, or just wrong anything, you get drained so fast. You just feel really deeply. You just have a high sensitivity to you, right? And this sensitivity is the reason why whenever you speak to people too, you speak to people just with kindness. Like you don't like to see people like down, or like do like bad things, or like you don't really try to put anyone down. You don't have any malicious intent. So it makes the empathy is what keeps you kind of righteous. And this is why I always say, if you go to do things that are like wicked, and you know they're wrong, you're gonna easily like figure out that's not the wrong thing to do, because that empathy just shows you like the darkness about these things. Like it's gonna make you feel not right. You're gonna have to go back to your original self. You're gonna have to go back to the light pretty much. You always go back to the light if you're chosen. It's like if you step in the darkness, you only step there to learn something, or you do it out of being naive, and then you always get set back, right? And God sees this too, because he kind of shows his children that are prophetic and everything. He kind of shows them that if you go through this place, like, you're gonna realize what's actually going on. You're gonna realize what the place is about. It's not for you, and this is why it's also like kind of like you get judged more harshly about doing things because you pretty much know better. Like, you're just ignoring yourself, right? Like, if you like put someone down, or like you bully someone or something, like, because you could see things differently. You have a spiritual gift. If you do that to somebody, knowing how they really feel or who they really are as a person, you're gonna get judged on it. You're gonna be like, God's gonna discipline you on it. He's gonna be like, no, you should have not done that. You didn't do it out of being naive. You did it maliciously, right? And it's hard for you to even do anything maliciously because the empathy stops it. Empathy is like, no, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna forgive and everything. That's just how you are, because you're forgiving just like Jesus. You're loving just like Jesus. You're sensitive just like Jesus. You're meek just like Jesus. And that's who you really are at the core. That's just who you are. You just have to accept it. But this demonic world teaches, like, especially men, like, you got to be like super. You always got to be just super tough. You always got to be. You have no empathy. You got to be just. You have to show no emotion. It teaches all these toxic things. You have to do this. You have to do all these things. And it's completely against what's actually in God's word. Right? God never says, "Oh, you gotta be a super tough guy," or like God never says you're not supposed to feel emotions. God just says you have to be strong and do everything in love, pretty much. And that's how you live a godly life. And everyone's different, but if you know that you are chosen, you're built to do something else. You're gonna be equipped with these spiritual gifts. You're gonna have prophetic gifts. You're gonna have a high empathy to you. And I don't like to hear the label empath, because you just have empathy. A lot of people don't have true empathy, but they have sympathy, right? Empathy, you'll know it's empathy when, like, your day kind of feels weird after going through like a weird situation, or like someone tells you something really dark. It's gonna kind of like darken your whole day, and you're gonna be like, hold up, like, why do I feel like this? It didn't happen to me. Like, what does it have to affect me, right? So things affect you. This is why you're really protected too. Like, things that didn't even happen to you could affect you, right? So this is why God always steers you away from like these things. God does not want you to get destroyed because you're sensitive, pretty much. Like, you're a sensitive person, and that's just how you are. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I haven't posted in a while. Just been kind of just like taking it easy for real. But I'm gonna start posting again every day. Hopefully every day. Try to get a good schedule going. Just keep posting. But I really just post from the spirit. Like, I'll just get something in my spirit, and I'll just speak it over here. So, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment if you have any comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. All right, God bless you guys.